So, hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Okay, so today our topic is website development. But how we can compete the world in these days? We can compete the world with our own websites, right? Why? Because website is a thing where we can share our information straightly and we will be available online 24 by 7 everywhere. Okay, so shall we start? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah, okay. First, please allow me to share my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we can discuss. Okay, students, what do you understand by website? Can anyone tell me what is website? Hello, is there anyone who can tell what is website?
Students, at least you can type in the chat box, or else you can unmute yourself and you can respond.
So, okay, yeah. Someone is writing, Ajay Bashkar. Can you please tell me what is website? Okay. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Pragati. Pragati wrote that a collection of linked web pages can be taken as a website. Yes, it is all right. So linked web pages, but those web pages should be connected with some content and it should be related. It should be related to some particular organization or some particular services or some particular product. Understood? So website can be developed by a single person as well as it can be developed by an organization. Right? So I hope now I am able to share my screen. No. Ma'am, can you please?
Yes, I am seeing to that.
Yeah.
One minute.
Yeah. So now tell me, what are the benefits? What are the benefits of making websites? You people can unmute yourself and you can answer. What are the benefits of making websites?
All of you unmute yourself. Ma'am, I have made you co-host.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you can share your screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes. I can see your
Oh,
screen.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So website. So what are the benefits of making our own website? First, we can talk about it, right? Suppose if you are making your own website, the first thing that you will be present online 24 by 7. Clear? That means you can share your information, you can communicate with other people, and you can integrate other businesses to your business very easily because you are present 24 by 7 online. First thing. Second, that why we make our own website. If you are making your own website, you can easily sell your services, you can easily sell your products, right? so that you can easily compete with the market. Why? Because it's a cost beneficial also. Why? Because there is no need to go to somewhere, some places, and you have to make some offices, and then you can sell your product or sell your services. No, there is no need to go somewhere else for selling. So you can sell your services, you can sell your products online, and the market and your market will be a wide market. There will be no geographical limitations for your market. So it can be, your websites can be seen from the Indian people, it can be seen from the France, it can be seen from the uh, Sweden, it can be seen from the US. That means you'll be always available in the market, and you can easily compete with the other products, websites, or other services websites. Fine. Next thing is, if you are making your website, okay, if you are making your website, that means what? Like, you are easily communicating your ideas and views to the people. Suppose your website is related to blog. Blog means what? Where you can share your ideas and view, where others can also share their ideas and view at the same time, so that we can easily exchange our information, exchange our views worldwide. Okay. And another benefit of making our own website is, like, if you are making your own website, you will be able to know, okay, what to highlight in our website. Suppose if you are going to hire some third party for developing your website, the third party can be, like, it may be there that third party cannot understand your requirement. So you can easily understand your requirement, you can analyze your requirement as well, and also you can develop your website according to your requirements. Fine. Next thing, some analysis tools are also available in the market, in the online also. So by using those analysis tools, you can easily check that your website is going to where and how many people are targeting your website, how many people are using your website. You can easily check, then you can easily improve your business. Fine? Understood? Am I audible?
Please type in the chat box. Students, yeah, Trivikram
Yeah.
has given. Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Then now we can start with our own website, how we can develop our own website. Right? So our workshop objective is, like, our main focus is to develop the website. Okay, step by step we can learn how we can develop our own website, and that website should be a responsive website. What do you understand by responsive? Anyone? Is there anyone who knows what is responsiveness? You should be more interactive with me. Then you can get the knowledge. I can get the interest. Okay. Okay, fine. So respond. Yes, yes. Tell.
Yeah, responsive website means that if we create a
Hmm.
website for the only mobile phone, it can be useful
Hmm.
for the laptop,
Hmm.
tabs,
Hmm.
for every dimensions that are electronic projects. It can
Yes.
be viewed by viewport option.
Yeah. Thank
It,
you.
not- it,
Thank you.
it not only useful for the mobile, but compatible with the all devices.
Yeah. Very nice. Very good. Very good. So responsive means your website can be looks good in any of the electronic device. If you are using some, like, a mobile phone, then it will be visible there, and it looks good also. And if you are using laptop for your website, means you are seeing, you're accessing the website from the laptop, it should be very visible and it should be clear to the laptop also. And if you are using only the tab, and in the tab, your website should be look good. So responsiveness is like that, means a website will adjust their self according to the device. Understood? So by the end of this workshop, you will be get to know the environment setup, how we can set up the environment for our PHP projects. Okay, and some important concepts of PHP. we can use get and post methods for sending the information to the server. And for this, we will we can include some example of login page and sign up forms. And at the last, we can easily know that how we can develop our website step by step, right? So first thing is environment setup for PHP projects, right? So for setting up the environment, we need some tools. The first tools, which is very much important, that is web server. Web server, and here we will use XAMPP server for our database management server, because we want to connect with the database as well as we want to connect with the browser, right? So we will use XAMPP server. Some editor is needed to write the code also. So what editor we can use? We can use Notepad++, we can use VS Code, or we can use any other kind of editor also. Okay. Third is database. For the database means we want to fetch the data. We want to access the data from the database. For that, we need some query languages. So we will use MySQL here. Okay. So for downloading the XAMPP server, this link is there. You can click on this link and you can easily download the XAMPP server. Okay, I am pasting this link to your chat box. Got a link? You can write. In chat box, you can write. You got the link or not? Yes, okay, man. Thank you. So now just we have to click on this link, okay? Or you can click on this link, or you can copy this link and open a new tab on the browser. Fine. Paste there and then enter. Fine. So this window will come. Okay. Here you can see if your laptop is having the operating system Windows. For Windows, you can download these three kind of XAMPP server. So I prefer only the first one. So you can download from here. Just click on this download button. When you will click on the download button, the exe file will be downloaded here. Can you see the left bottom? Exe file is downloading. Okay. So after downloading the exe file, this kind of file is showing, right? When download will be completed, just double click on that exe file. When you double click on that exe file, you can easily install by just clicking on the next button, and you can install the XAMPP server in your laptop, right? So I can wait for 2 minutes so that you people can install it meanwhile, right? So tell me who installed? Who is finished with their installation? Okay.
Yes, Trivikram.
Oh, okay,
Yes, very good.
Trivikram. Yes, very good, very good. You have installed it? Fine. Now, our next step is to create, means we will see that where it is installed and from where we can start our server, right? So for starting our server, go to C drive. I'm showing you. Just go to your file explorer first, then C drive, then go to XAMPP. XAMPP folder is there. You can see. Click on that XAMPP folder. Then go down. You will see this XAMPP control. Is it there? So you have to click on this XAMPP control. Fine. When you will click on this XAMPP control, this window will open. Here. Can you see this window? So from there, you have to do something. What you have to do? You have to start your Apache server, and as well as you have to start your MySQL. Apache will be used for showing your web pages, okay, on the web browser, and MySQL will help you to connect with the database, right? So start both of them like this. Just click on the start. It will be start. Who has done with this? Trivikram, is it working? Started?
Yeah, Yasmin.
Yeah, okay, fine. So now our next step is we want to check that XAMPP server is started already, okay. But it is coming to your local host or not? It is coming to your web browser or not? How we can check it? You can go to your web browser, open a new tab, okay. Just write localhost and enter. Okay. Just write localhost and enter. When you will enter, all the files will be visible to you, which is in the XAMPP server. Understood? Like this. Fine. Now we can start with the small programs, small codes. How we can do it? First, we have to make a empty folder in the htdocs file. Where is htdocs? I will show you. Go to your XAMPP folder. Okay, C drive. Then XAMPP. Then go to htdocs and make here one folder, empty folder, and name it as you want. So I prefer, okay, workshop, work test, work underscore test or work test, work test, right? Here, understood? Now, our next step is we have to download one editor here so that we can write the code, so that we can execute the code. Okay. So I prefer VS Code. If you prefer Notepad++, you can also install it. But VS Code is very much useful and it is very easy to handle also. So how we can download VS Code? Just write here, download VS Code. Okay. The first link will be the correct link. Just click on that. And there you can find there are operating system. If your operating system is Windows, just click on it. Okay. When you will be clicked, it will be started downloading, and after download you have to install it. Okay. So do it fast. And after installation, please let me know that it is installed or not. Because I have my VS Code already. I can show you. Yes. Yeah. Downloaded. Trivikram. Trivikram may think like I am targeting him only. No.
Yes, ma'am, I
I am
already
asking
have
to
it.
everybody else. I am asking to everybody else to install this so that you can practice code. Okay. And if you are not able to install right now, you can note all the steps, and after the workshop, you can follow all the steps, right?
Students, please note it down. Each and every point, please note it down in your book. Or else who is having laptop with you, you can work out with this.
Okay. So now our next step is to we want to just check that our PHP code is working on the web browser or not. So how we can check it? Go to your VS Code first. open that folder which you made just right now. So open folder, htdocs, within htdocs, work test, yes, this folder. Huh? And now select the folder. When you will select the folder, the empty file will be open. So you have to press here, yes, I trust the author. Right? Okay. Now you can see in the right hand side, in the left hand side, work test is showing, means folder is showing. Now we want to check that our PHP code is working or not. How we can check it? Just click on this plus sign and type the name index.php and then enter. When you will means write index.php and enter, the empty file will be opened. This is the empty file. Okay. What we want, because in the web browser only HTML can be seen. Okay. HTML is the web page structure. Okay. So for making a web page structure, we want some HTML code. So VS Code is giving the facility of generating HTML code automatically. How we can generate it? Just write exclamation. Just write exclamation and enter. Fine. Are you doing or not?
Yes,
Students,
ma'am.
please respond.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
respond.
Okay. So now HTML file is automatically generated here. So we want to check our PHP code. Go to the body section and write PHP tag. For PHP tag we use this less than bracket, then question mark, and then PHP, right? And for printing a statement, just write echo and print some message. So hello students, semicolon. Then we have to close the PHP tag. Right? Now save it. For saving, you can just press Ctrl S. That's enough. Okay. Now we want to execute this index.php file. For executing this file, we have to write in web browser. So go to web browser, open one tab. Tabs are not needed right now. Okay. So yeah, open one tab, write localhost and your folder name. My folder name is worktext. Enter. You can see hello students is printed here. It is working for you or not? Hello, is it working? The code will be here, the left side, and you can see the output on the right side. And we got the output already, right? Now, so a web page needs what? For a web page, we need the first and most thing is the HTML. HTML means hypertext markup language, which is used to create a web page, right? So when you will press the exclamation mark and enter, the doc type HTML will be shown. Doc type HTML means you are going to make a document type which is of HTML code, right? We have to start one HTML tag here and we have to close the HTML. For what? Because we want to make the structure of that web page, right? Then head part will be there. In the head part, what you will write, that will be showing on the head part of your web page, right? And in the head, you can write the title of the web page also. So in the title of the web page, you can write anything. Okay, I am writing here page tag. Fine. In the body tag, you can place H1, H2, H1, H2, H3 tags. What are those? These are the tags for making the headers, right? So you can make the headers. and you can make the size also. H1 will have the bigger size, H2 some is smaller than H1, then H3 like that, right? And P tag is used for paragraph here. So we can check here. Suppose in title, you are going to change the title, like our workshop. Here, and I want to write this hello student within the H1 tag. How we can do it? Just type H1 just before this message. Hello. Hello. Any doubts?
Student, mute yourself.
So we can place H1 tag here, okay, within this echo. Now we want
Mute
to check
yourself.
it. Now you can see our title is our workshop. You can see here in the tab, our workshop. It is the title of the web page. Fine. Hello students. This message we placed inside the H1 tag. That's why it's showing like a header. Fine. Now, suppose you want to give some style to the web page. Okay. So for style, we can use CSS. CSS is what? CSS is the cascading style sheets, which is used to giving some style and looks to the HTML page. Fine. Suppose we want to set the background color as light blue. Then what we have to do? Just copy this code, the body background color and light blue. Go there in this page, and after this HTML tag, you just paste it. And for pasting, because it is a style tag, so you have to place the style tag here, like this. Right? So style, you have to start the style, you have to close the style. Okay, and some spaces are there, so we have to remove those unnecessary spaces because it is copied from the PPT. That's why it's giving some unnecessary spaces. Here, now you can see this code is correct. It's looking nice. I'm going to paste the same thing to your chat box so that you can use it. Yes. So you can see here what we did. We have taken the body tag here, okay, because it is body. We want to make the background color of the body as light blue. So there is one property which is present in the CSS, that is background color. Okay, background color, and what color you want to choose, you can write the color name here. Suppose light blue. You want to write the black. You want to add the black color, then just write black. You want to add the red color, just write red, right? And now save it. Control S. Now refresh the page again. How we can refresh? Control Shift and R. This is called hard refresh. Control Shift and R. Okay, you have to press these three things at the same time. Control Shift and R for hard refresh. Now you can see the background color is changed. Fine. Now, so next thing, what web page needs? The next thing is responsiveness. For providing the responsiveness, we have to use some framework. So there is one framework which is already given and which is the open source also. You can easily use that framework. That framework name is Bootstrap. Right? So Bootstrap is a front-end framework which includes HTML and the CSS based design templates and typographies, forms, buttons, tables, navigations, models, etc. Right? And next thing, what we have to use for making a website, we want some scripting language. Scripting language means which doesn't need any compilation steps, right? It does not need any compilation steps. It is easily integrate and communicate with other programming language. So scripting language can be of two types. The first type is client-side scripting, and the second type is server-side scripting. So now we want to know that PHP is which kind of scripting language. Is it client-side or is it server-side? So PHP means hypertext preprocessor, which is a server-side scripting language. Server-side scripting language means what? Which runs on the server side instead of client side. Client side means what? Browser. Okay. Client means what? Browser. And server means what? Where you are going to request some web page. Okay. And here we are using as a server XAMPP server. XAMPP server is providing the server as a local host server. It is providing, right? So our program will be executed on the server side, okay, instead of executing at the client side. Clear? And for the database management system, we need some query language. So we will use MySQL. It is also a free open source relational database management system, which can be used to fetch the data, which can be used to store the data from the data from table in the database, or you can say you can easily make some queries for fetching the related data. You can apply the condition on the data. You can join two tables also, and whatever you want, you can easily write the query in the form of procedures, right? Okay. Now, we can start with important concepts of PHP. As you can see, the PHP code we can write within the PHP tag. So, open PHP tag, you can see this. This is the open PHP tag, and it should be ends with the closing PHP tag. So, open PHP tag is less than sign, then question mark, and you have to write PHP. And it should be ends with question mark and then less than sign, right? And each and every statement of PHP should be end with semicolon, right? Suppose as you saw already that we have written echo, and then within the double inverted comma we have written some messages, and that statement ends with semicolon, right? Suppose you want to write some comments on PHP, okay? So for the commenting, if you want to write the single line comment, you can place double slash or you can place hash just before the statement. And if you want to write the multi-line comments, then you have to use slash star then multi-line. Then you have to close that with star and slash. Okay, I'll show you how we can comment the PHP code. Suppose you want to comment this equal statement. Okay, what you have to do in VS Code, it is very easy. Just select this control and slash. It will be commented automatically. Okay, I'm repeating. In VS Code, it is very easy. Just select that statement which you want to comment, and then select that and control and then slash. It will be commented. Or suppose you want to comment it by yourself. Suppose if this line is going to print, so double slash, this line is going to end the message, okay? Or tick. Understood? Suppose you want to place multi-line comment, how you can place? Because you are writing something here. This is the PHP code example. But now you can see, you commented with double slash, so only first line is commented, second line is not commented. It's showing error. So how we can comment two lines in one go? Just like type slash, then star. Okay. Then at the last of the line, you have to press star and then slash. It is just like C language, C programming language. Okay, fine. Now we can proceed further. So PHP is not a case sensitive language, okay, but variables are case sensitive. Always remember, PHP is not a case sensitive language, but variables are case sensitive. What does it mean? Like if you are suppose you are going to use if else statement, while statement, or loop statement, and you start these statement with capital letters, with uppercase only, okay, so it will not affect the code. But suppose you have taken one variable with a small a and another variable with the capital A. So those two variables will be taken differently by the PHP. Why? Because at the time of placing the variable, it will be a case sensitive. Fine. So in PHP, two statements are used to display or print the message. The first statement is echo. With echo statement, we can easily print multiple statements or multiple strings in one go, right? But if you are using print statement, within print, only you can use the single line string. You cannot use multi-line string, right? So echo already you have seen. Now, so now we are going to make some small program in PHP. We are going to add two variables with two numbers. Suppose addition of two numbers we are going to implement. How we can do it? Go to your code, and in PHP each and every variable should start with dollar sign. Okay, so remember dollar $a. Is it visible or not? Hello. This code is visible, or can I make it bigger? I'm making it bigger. Is it visible? Ma'am, it is visible?
It is visible, ma'am. It's clear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then,
Ajay Bhaskar has responded.
okay. So dollar $a equal to 10. Suppose dollar $a means what? It is a variable in PHP. Okay. So each and every variable in PHP should start with dollar sign. Suppose you are going to write dollar $b equal to 50. Right? And you want to add these two numbers and you want to print the result. How you can do it? Just write echo $a then plus $b and then semicolon. Right? Now we can execute it. For execution, first we have to save. Every time you have to save the file. Control S. Okay? And then go there and refresh the page. How we can refresh the page? Control Shift R. Now you can see 60 on the left side. Okay, so this is the result of addition of two numbers which you have taken, like $a and $b. Here, now suppose you want to add two string values, then what will happen? If you are going to add two string value, two string will be concatenated. Suppose it is a string A, B, C, D, and $b is the another string. Suppose X, Y, Z. Now control S again. And so here why it is showing non-numeric value encountered? Because you have to place as a string first. Why? So okay. For string concatenation, plus will not be executed. Dot will be executed. Right? So $a dot $b. Understood? $a dot $b. Now execute this. Now you can see two strings are merged, concatenated. A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z. Fine? Understood or not? Okay, fine. We can proceed. Now, suppose we want to apply some conditions, some control statements in our PHP program. So it is basically same as C programming language. like if else construct. The same syntax we have to use here, but in the place of printf, we will use echo statement. Fine. And at the place of variables, we have to use $a and $b. So we can check it. So if suppose we want to check which variable is greater, $a or greater than $b, and we want to change it again to the numerical values 3 and wait. If $a is greater than $b, then we will print echo greater value is space dot $b. Okay, then 7. Else part. Now greater value is b. Okay, so at the place of $a, just write $b, and then we can execute. Now you can see greater value is 60. Why? Because a is 60, b is 20, so greater value will be 60. Clear? Okay, I will comment it so that you will not be confused much. And again we can see. Now greater value is fine. Now next is loops. Loops means when we want to repeat the statement again and again, and we have to check that condition. If the condition is satisfied, then only it will be executed again and again. If condition is not satisfied, it will be terminated. Means what? The block of code will be executed if the condition is true. If the condition is false, block will be exhausted. Fine. So for the looping, we can use while loop, do while loop, and for loop. And the syntax will be same as C programming language. Only the variable and echo statement will be changed. We can see the example. Suppose I am going to take while loop, and I want to print values from 1 to 10. So $I equal to 1. Right? Here $I less than equals to 10. And we will print echo $I and $I plus plus. Now we want it to new line, so we will place BR tag. BR means break. Okay, so that each and every value will be printed in new lines. Now you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Understood or not?
Yes, ma'am, but hello?
Tell me. Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, what is the alternative for echo statement?
Print statement is there.
Okay, can we use print statement in
You can
these
use
programs?
print statement. You can use print statement, but you should check the version also. In some version, print is working, and in some version, print is not working. Right? So
Okay, okay.
we can check with the same with the print. Okay, if it is working or not. Okay, so I am writing print in place of equal. Now save it and then execute it again. Control Shift R. Okay, so it's giving you output. Fine. Hello.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. It's giving you output, so no problem. Next, suppose you want to use a do while or for loop for that. So same syntax we can use as C here. In do while, always means you should know like there is entry and exit loop. So while is the entry loop? Entry loop means what? Like at the place of entry means when we are going to enter into the loop, condition will be there. Okay, and exit loop means where when we are going to exit from the block of the code, the condition will be there. So do while is the exit code and while loop is the entry control. Do while is the exit control. Fine. So we can check the do while also here. How we can check? Just control X, put it at the last, put semicolon here, and now curly braces and do. There is a do while. Here, save it, execute it again. I'm going to comment this statement so that you will not be confused. Now you can see. Okay. So output will be same as while loop, but in do while loop, at least one time the block of code will be executed if your condition is true or false. But in while loop, if the condition is true, then only the block of statement will be executed. Clear? Understood? Now, for loop. If we can look for loop, how we can use it? In the for loop, in the single line, there will be the three things. First is init counter, second is test counter, and third is increment counter. Right? So init counter, test, and then increment counter. How we can do it? Just write for loop. In place of the same code, I am going to write in the for loop. How we can write? For $I equal 1, then $I less than equals to 10, then $I plus plus, right? And then curly braces. For print, what you want to use, you can use it $I dot PR tag. For PR tag, we have to place within single inverted comma. So single inverted comma is PR and semicolon. Okay. PR for break line break. Right? Now you can see. This is the for loop out. The down from 1 to 10. Here. Now, so these are the small things which we have to know for doing some calculations in PHP code. So what are the important concepts of PHP? How we can comment the code, how we can make the variables, how we can print the output, how we can use if else statement, how we can use while loop, how we can use do while loop, how we can use for loop. Now we are moving towards the advanced concept, that is get and post. Okay. So what is get and post? Get and post, these are the two ways to send the information to the server side. Okay. If you are using get, what will be the consequences? And if you are using post, then what will be the consequences? So this get and post, both variables are taken as a super global variable. So, okay, now we can talk about the $get first. Okay, so $_get is a super global variable. Why super global variable? Suppose we are passing something in within the $get. That means we can use those variables value from anywhere in the web pages for any of the web pages inside the same project. Clear? Data sent in get is always visible in the URL. If you are sending some data through the form or through the your controls, and if these data will be visible to the URL, that means it is there will be the chance to tab the data. There will be the chance to modify the data. Means those data should not be very sensible. If you want to send the sensible data or some sensitive data with the URL function, then it's not a good idea. So, no preferable to send sensitive data by using $get. Right? Limitation of sending data in $get is only you can send 2000 characters value by using $get. Okay. And in get, you can send the information to the server in two ways. You can send the information through URL, and also you can send the information through the form. Right? Now post. $post is also a global variable. It's a global super variable, but data sent in the post will not be visible in the URL. That means if you want to send some data from one page to the another web page and you are using post statement with $post you are using, then those data will not be visible to the URL. That means it is preferable for sending sensitive data, right? And there is no limitation for sending data. Means how is if you want to send lakhs of data through the $post, you can send it easily. Okay. In post, you send information to the server in one way, and that one way is only the form, not the URL. Means by using form, you can send the information from one page to the another web page, but you cannot send through the URL. Right? So now we can see the example of $get and $post by using some form. Okay. So for form handling, what we want some database so that we can connect the database with our application and we can fetch the data, we can access the data. For database connectivity, we have to make some database. We have to create some database. So how we can create database? Okay, hello? Anybody wants to ask something?
No, ma'am, carry on.
Oh, okay. So database connectivity. For database connectivity, we have to create one database. How we can create it? Go to the new tab, write localhost /php myadmin. Okay, php myadmin, then enter. Okay, when you will write localhost /php myadmin and enter, the php myadmin will be open. This software will be open where you can easily create your database, where you can easily create your tables, you can easily create your views, right? So we want to create one new database. So click on new. Here you can see for create database, they want some database name here. So okay, our project name is work test. So WORKTEST, right? Work test. And now create. Click on create. Now database is created. You can see in the left hand side work test is created. Okay. Now we want to check this work test is created and we want to link this work test, this database to our PHP project. So how we can do it? By using some configuration, we can easily connect our database to our application, right? So for connectivity, for database connectivity, we need to define some variables which is related to database. The first variable should be the local host, which is your database server. Second, root. Root is your username. Third is password. If you want to give some password there, then you can give. And also the database name. Fine. So here you can see to connect the database with your front end, we have to use mysqli underscore connect function. So mysqli underscore connect function always opens a new connection to the MySQL server. New connection means we want to connect with the database. So new connection will be open to connect with that new database. Fine. So okay, we can test it. Go here. Now I want to create one new file. Okay, and that new file will be config means configuration. Config.php. Okay, in config.php, first place PHP tag. So 4 variables we want. First is server. Server is what? Localhost. Local host is our server. Okay. Second thing we want, we have seen here. Second thing we want, username. Right? So dollar username, and username will be root. Root means the root of all the data. Third is password. Right? Password equal. I want that password should be empty. That's why, so that there is no need to give password always. Right? So I am taking it as blank. Now next is database. Database. Our database is what? Here, our database name is work test. Okay. So WORK. Now we want to make a connection. So write one variable name conf equal mysqli underscore connect. This function. Okay. And within that function, we will pass all these 4 variables. So dollar server, comma, dollar username, then dollar password, then dollar database. Right? Now semicolon. Now we want to check that connection is successful or not. How we can check? We can place one condition if $con means some connection will be there. If $con means if $con is having some data, then we will print echo successful. Okay. Else we will print some error. Error in connection. Error in connection. Okay. We want to check this by config.php. So go to your browser. Here write localhost /workspace/config .php and enter. Now you can see successful. Is it working for you also? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. It's working.
It's working for you also? Yeah.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can
Yes, ma'am.
paste the data here also so that other students can use it. So yes. You can check in the chat box. I pasted. Fine. Now our next motto is to make some front-end application, and from the front end we want to save some data to the database. Okay, so for creating means for putting some data to the front end, we have to create one form. Okay, that form can be a login form or sign up form. So I think login form will be the better idea. So for login form, we have to create one table there. In that table, we can easily take 3 fields. The 3 fields will be ID, username, and password. Because for the login page, we want username and password. And for that username and password, we should match with that username password which is stored in that database. Okay, if it is matched, then login will be successful. If it will not be matched, then login will not be successful. Right? So for that we have to create one table. So how we can create table here? Go to your phpMyAdmin. Fine. Now create one table. Suppose table name is user info. User info. And in user info, I am giving 3 fields. 3 fields means 3 columns. Okay. Now go. So first will be ID. Second will be ID means ID of the table, not the ID of the user, right? ID of the table means each and every row will have some unique ID. Clear? That's why I'm giving ID here. Now username and now password. Okay. For ID we will take int and we can take the length as 11. 1, right? And it should be automatically generated. Means there is no need to give the ID or no need to provide the ID from the front end. It will be automatically generated. Now username and password, it should be varchar. Varchar means variable characters can be there. There can be some numerical values. There can be some string values. So we can take 255 size here for username and password also for varchar. Then right now save. Okay, now you can see that table is created. Username table is created. When you will click, this table is initially it is empty. So we want to store one username and password here so that we can match it. Okay, so go to insert. In username, suppose username is my name, Papia, and password suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now go. Go means save. When you will save, click on here. You can see it is saved, Papia and password. Now we want to make one login form there. So how we can make it? Some templates are already available on internet for the login page. So you can download the template from here or also you can make your own. So we don't have much time for writing each and every line here. So we can use some previous login form. Okay. So I have one login form. Here. Yeah. Login. Yeah, this. So this I'll copy and I will make new file here, login.php, enter and paste. Okay. Now I am going to explain it. So in the login form, there should be HTML tag, one head tag. In title, we can use login page. Fine. If you want to make some style sheet here, you can paste some style sheet here also. Style sheet means you want to add some CSS, then you can paste CSS here. Okay. Then within body tag, we make some div, and from the div, we can make some form. Okay. So form action. In the form action, we have to give that page where is after submit button where we have to locate the browser page that we can give here login.page. So I want to be in the login page only after login. So I am giving login.page, right? Method post. Why I am using post here? Because I don't want to show the ID and password in the URL. That's why I am taking post here. Okay. So one input box will be there for username and another input box will be there for password. Right? There will be two buttons. One button is for login, second button is for register. There. And one div I have taken here for giving the error message. Okay, if some error message will be there, we can give the error message. If you want to see where we can get the login form, go and write login form. Okay, in Bootstrap code, login form. You have to just write login form in Bootstrap code. You will get the examples. Okay, from that example, any of the login form you can download from here. When you will download, the HTML page will be available for you. Fine, understood or not? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, Vikram has responded.
okay. So login form you can download from login form in Bootstrap code, or if you want some basic login form, go to W3 school. Okay. In W3 school you will get the basic login form from here. You can see here the basic login form is there. You can easily copy this code and you can export that. You will not have any problem for that, because initially you are not very well in designing the code, and there is no need to design login form and registration form for yourself. You can easily fetch these login form from the Bootstrap, or you can easily fetch the code from the W3. Okay, fine. So now what we want that when we will enter some username here or some password here, that username and password should be matched with the database username and password. If it is matched, then login will be successful. If it will not be matched, then login will not be successful. Some error message should be there. For that, what we have to do, we have to give some name to each and every field. Okay, that's why I provided, you can see here, name equal username. This is the text box. In text box I provided name equal username, and another text box is of password type. Why password type? So that start will be shown, the real password will not be displayed. Fine. So name equal password. So you have to give the name, you have to provide some name to these controls. You are using one input box for username and you are using another input box for password. That's why you have to give them some name, so that $post or $get method can understand what value is going to be entered. Understood? Now we have to see the PHP code. Now come here. So for connection, already we have created the connection na, in config.php. So in the first line, we have to include that connection. How we can include? We have to write include, then within parentheses, we have to give the file name. Okay, within parentheses, we have to pass the file. And as we are going to start our web page, or as we are going to start our login page, so we have to start a session. For starting session, we have to give session underscore start and parentheses. This is the predefined function which is already defined in PHP for starting some session. Right? Then we can take one variable as error variable, so that if any error will come in future, we can show. Okay. Now this button is having the name login. You can see login. Okay, login button, value is login, and the button is having the name login. So we are going to see that on clicking on this button, means when we click it, then the value will be set. Okay, then the values will be set. So for setting the values, for checking the values, we can use iSet function. So iSet function is set. It is also called as is set function. So is set within parentheses, we have to check the login, means that button is clicked or not. So $post in square bracket we have to give log. Here now we want username and password which is entered. So for username and password we can directly write $post username here, but we are using MySQLite real escape string, so that we can easily connect this data with the database, right? That's why we can take this predefined method. Okay, MySQLi underscore real underscore escape string. You can see its definition is already written. Escape special characters in a string for use in SQL statements, taking into account the current cat set of the connection, right? And connection we have to provide here, and value we have to provide, right? So username value will be going through the post variable. Password name value will be going to the post method. Now we will check if the username is empty or the password is empty. We want to show some error. What error? Field should not be empty. Here, field should not be empty. Else means what? When these two variables are not empty, means variables are there, values are there. Then in else we will write $SQL. Now we want to write SQL query. Okay. For fetching the data, there is the one query. The query is select star. Star means all values. Select star from the table name. Table name is what? You can see here what we have given the table name. Yes, user info, right? User info table name we have given. So we have to write select star from user info, and what we want to check, where username is equal to provided username or not, where password is equal to password or not. Okay, if those are equal, means some data will be there, some data will be in the table, and if the data is there, means their count, if their count is 1, that means you are successfully logged in. Okay, if data is not there, means count is 0, that means your password or login name is invalid. That means it doesn't match with the database name, right? For executing this SQL query, what we have to do? We have to use MySQLi underscore query statement. So $query equal to MySQLi underscore query, and within there we can pass connection object and comma this query, SQL query, right? Clear? If we want to save the login data, means after execution login data, then we can write MySQLi underscore fetch underscore assoc, and within that assoc we can pass $query statement. Okay. Now we want to count if the row is fetched. For row is fetched means number should be counted. So how? MySQLi underscore num underscore rows function is there. We can count the row. If the count is 1, that means your login is successful. You can easily move to the next page. So I am moving to the next page, form.php. Here, if it is not successful, your login name or password is invalid. This error value will be shown. Here, so now we can check this. And the last line is for register, right? If we want to make the registration page, then we can use these 2 lines also. So now, for now, I am not using this. So I am leaving this. Here, now we can check. Go here in the browser, your website, and remove this config.php and write login, because login. Wait. It is there, login.php. You have to see it is created or not. Login.php. We find it is here. It is saved. So have to check. Login is there. About test. Login.php. Yeah. Okay. So login.php, this form will come. This is the basic form. Fine. And cannot start session because already session is started. Already header is sent. Why it is showing here? Because here we have navigated to form.php, and this form.php file is not here. So we have to create one form.php here. So click a new file, write form.php, and make one PHP tag here. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, only one PHP tag we have to create here. And now we can check the code. Refresh. And session we can close right now. Login. Okay. Yes. Now we want to check that success message will come or not. Fine. So here, if it will be successful, the new page should be open. So in the form.php, we can echo some statement, echo login success. Okay, and now we can check. So username we have given Papia. Okay, and password we have given 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now click on log. Okay. So what is showing? It is showing that cannot modify header information. Header already sent by output. Okay. Okay. Why it is showing here? Sent by output means or login successfully. If we want to check that, we can check here also. No problem. No need of going there. Go here and print the message. Right. Right. And close this header. What now? Because we want to check. Refresh. Okay. Now, suppose I am giving incorrect ID and password. This is incorrect, parent one or something. So login. You can see your login name and password is invalid. Fine. If I am going to give correct login ID and password, suppose Papia and 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then login. Now you can see success. Fine. Is it clear or not? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Yeah. Now, in the same manner, you can do it for a registration page. So for registration page, we want some page here, some form here. In that form, we can take more controls, means more input box like username, email ID, password, confirm password, and submit. And you can easily submit the value. Okay, right? For saving the values, we have to write insert command. Now you can see the code here. For insertion. So include config.php for the connection. Session start. Some message we want to show. Save means the button name. You can see here. The button name is save. This line is visible. Input type submit. ID is button. Value is save and name is save. For this, we have to write this code. I said if the save button is pressed, is set, means button is set or not. If the button is set, what we have to do? We have to write the name. Username. We have to take the username to the username variable, password to the password variable, then confirm password, then email. Clear? Understood? And if username or password or email will be empty, we can show field should not be empty. Okay. If the password and confirm password will be matched, we can execute the insert command, which we can input the values into the database. How we can input? Insert into user info, username, comma, email, comma, password. Means we have to make one more column email in that user info. Okay. And there we can put the values. Values will be username, comma, email, and comma, confirm password. If the connection is giving some value, that means new record created successfully. Otherwise, insertion failed. Otherwise means else insertion failed. Clear? Understood or not? We can check it. We have code also. So, like just like a work test, I made one other project, another project, same as. So that is my test. Go to my test. There, go to login page. Okay, here in login page, if we are writing Sophia and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, login, your name is invalid. Why? Because for the my test, I have given different values. So we can check here. This is the my test. In my test, user info table is there. For that, I have given Papia and password is paps123. So Papia paps123. Now, log. You can see form.php. It's opening here and login successful. Fine. And if you want to click on register page, you will click on register and this page will be shown like this. Okay. Here, if you want to enter some code, some values, so you can enter. Suppose I'm putting value ABCD. Email is abcd@gmail.com. Password is suppose 1234556. 1234556 and save. Okay, it is saved. For checking it, go there and we are checking that information in the contact table. Okay, so go to this contact table and you can check the values are here or not. So in the my test, sorry, in the user info, you can check abcd abcd@gmail.com and 12345. Am I clear? Understood?
Yes.
At the last of this workshop, I will provide you all the codes. Okay, so no need to worry. I will give you the project, complete project, a small project to you so that you can practice. Right? Now, can we take 5 minutes break? And after that, we can start with website development steps. Okay? Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Yes. So
Papia, ma'am.
after 5 minutes, we will start it.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Now I take this time to thank our students, mainly
Yes.
Ajay Bhaskar, Trivikram, and Jitendra, who are very, very actively participating in this guest lecture. And I expect all the other students also to try to understand the concept. If any doubts are there, any problems are there with your understanding, just you can type everything in the chat box. Chat box is there free for you to go through with the topics and give some you can have your own way of chatting to the madam and ask some questions or some doubts you can clear. Bhargavi, I can see some students responding when madam is teaching. I'm very happy with these students who are responding. Praveen Kumar and everyone, all the others who are listening to this guest lecture so seriously and they are involving in this guest lecture. and I feel very happy. Why? Because so many students are very much interested to listen here. But Rajni, I am also very happy with you, and you are responding to madam now and then. And what is this is here we can have a good exposure to your website development. And the other thing is, ma'am is very clear enough, and she is very friendly with the students. I know her from many years in Kale University. She is very good at heart and sweet. I can tell you one thing here, my dear students, she's not feeling well today. And even though she's not feeling well, she love to teach. She love to educate students. That is her dedication, we can say. We have to appreciate all her dedicated work here. And out of my request, she accepted me, and giving you all the codes here. You can take all the codes from ma'am. She will post everything in the chat box. You can download all these things, and you can work out by yourself. If any doubts are there, ma'am is always free at you. She will respond to you. And my dear students, you can give your feedback now. It's a time to give your feedback. Now we are entering to the crucial stage of website development. Till now, it's basics. It's a basic thing what ma'am Nikhil. Thank you, Nikhil. It's a basic thing what ma'am had told. That means how to work out with the login page, registration, and what are the HTML tags you can work out with. All these things about PHP window dealing she was been telling. Now she is entering into the crucial part. Please concentrate and get gained from very much research oriented person like this. We won't get like this professors now and then. Why? Because they are very busy in their work. Out of our request, they are expecting to educate you. So students, you can give your feedback and some questions in the chat box. I'll be waiting, and ma'am also will respond to you. Any questions you can type in the chat box. Please, we are waiting. Anything you want, any code you want, or anything related to this website, any doubts are there, you can type your questions so that ma'am will respond you and answer you one by one. In chat box only, you can give Ajay Bhaskar. Just type in the chat box. I will create a form and circulate the form in the website, the WhatsApp afterwards. After this. Please post your questions if you are in need of anything. Actually, this is only 1 hour, students, 1 hour guest lecture. But madam want to give you some extra information. She is taking extra time to give you extra information, so that at least one student get benefited by this. Our guest lecture will be successful. That is only our motto.
Can we have this material?
Yes, ma'am. Ajay Bhaskar, definitely I'll ask ma'am to put PPTs in the chat box also. I will request her. I'll request her to give and material also.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Okay. So my screen
Some
is visible now?
questions.
Yeah.
In chat box, Trivikram is asking one
Okay.
question, ma'am.
Okay.
Please
Okay.
respond.
Websites needs React.js. No. For responsive websites, hello, Trivikram, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So your doubt is for the responsive websites, always React.js and Node.js frameworks are not needed, right? For responsive websites, we can use any of the framework. So Bootstrap is also there, right? For responsiveness. And also, who are very good at designing the websites, they can easily use some Bootstrap feature and they can extend those features by giving their own coding, knowledge to make the website responsive. Okay, so React.js and Node.js are the different kind of technologies for developing the website. So if you are going to use Node.js and React.js, those are the framework of JavaScript. Okay, so what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a client side as well as the server side scripting. Okay, by using the JavaScript, we can provide some dynamicity to our web pages. So for the if you are using Node.js and React.js, you can provide some dynamicity to your web pages. And for the if you are using React.js, suppose you are going to give some design, if you are going to drag and drop or something, or you are going to just suppose dragging this square on the website at the runtime, and then you want to respond properly, means your web page should respond properly. If you want that, then React.js will be better. Okay, but for making websites, PHP, Bootstrap, CSS, MySQL, these are sufficient. Clear? Hello? Is it clear to you?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so for React, if you want to use React.js and Node.js, these are the different technologies. Okay, so different technologies for making the websites responsive. Okay, fine. But here also you can make your website responsive by using Bootstrap. Is it clear?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the
Any other
thing,
question? Yeah, tell me.
what are the main features to make a portfolio better, in better way?
Okay, portfolio. You want to make your portfolio better? Then for your portfolio, first you have to know one programming language, just like PHP or Python, what you want to use. Okay. Second thing, HTML and CSS. Third thing, one database. Okay. For the portfolio maximum, it will be a designing mode. Okay. Database part is very less for the portfolio. Okay. Because for portfolio, you are going to show your information, display your information. Okay. Display your things, in which you are good. Okay. So for that, you have to very careful about CSS with style sheets, what you are going to use, and HTML, what you are going to use, how you will style the page. If you are using Bootstrap, how well you are using in Bootstrap also. And for the portfolio, you have to first define what are the menus should be there. If you want to show your name, your background, or about you, or suppose your gallery, so you have to decide that which data you want to show them. Okay, according to that, you can make your nav bar, and within that nav bar menu, you can place your information. Is it clear?
Yes.
Anything else?
And another thing, what are the major loopholes or bugs we found in the most programmers do while writing their code in JavaScript or PHP? And when attacker access to the admin panel and changes the database, and what are the major loopholes do programmers do while writing their code?
While writing the code, do false is not there. If anything not is there, if you are not well in practicing in coding, then some loopholes will be there. Suppose you are using JavaScript. Okay, in JavaScript, you are using JavaScript. In JavaScript, you are making the Ajax dynamicity, means you want to make a dynamic the portion of the page only, not the whole page. Then you should be well understood about the Ajax, how you can use Ajax, how you can fetch the data, and how you can show those JSON data in terms of strings or in terms of values or in terms of variables. Understood? The second
Yeah.
thing is, if you are making dynamic web page, dynamic web page. So now one framework is very like popular. That framework is jQuery. Okay. So in place of JavaScript, I prefer jQuery because in jQuery, with the less code, you can do more. Means there is no need of writing code very much there. Okay, with the less code, with the less functionality, with the less means writing the code, less lines of code, you can provide more functionality in your web pages. So, and if you are using PHP codes, then in PHP code, you can easily fetch the data, you can get the data, but only PHP is not sufficient. If you can use some frameworks, just like Laravel or Joomla, there are more frameworks available for PHP. So if you are using Laravel or Joomla, you can provide MVC architecture to your web page. MVC means model view control architecture to your web page. Okay, in the model view or control, it's very easy to segregate the features of the website. So if you are asking about loopholes, no loopholes is there. Just if you are not better understanding about the concepts, then there will be a loophole. Okay,
Yes.
is it clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anything else?
Ma'am, we'll ask later.
Hello?
Yeah, ma'am, we'll ask later.
Okay, okay.
Carry on.
Okay, thank you. Now, so the main motto of today is to make or develop any website. Clear? So for website development, what we have to do and what we want, first what basic things we want and what we can provide the features there. So here designing as well as database collection, you can easily merge up together and you can make your website well. So I am going to show you very basic website, how you can develop your website within a 1 hour. Okay, within an hour you can make your own website. So shall we start? First we have to create the same thing. Go to your htdocs, create one folder. Suppose my web. Now go to VS Code, open that folder. My web. So at the start, nothing will be there. We have to make two files first. The first is index.php and second is about.php, right? So index.php and the next is about.php. Okay. Now go to index.php. Here in index.php we want some like website page. So how we can include? Okay. Now yes, two more things we want. We have to make two folders. One folder is for CSS and then second folder is for images. Okay. Now go to index.php. Next step is go to bootstrap code in W3 spool and copy the get started code and paste into index.php. Right? So go to bootstrap code W3 spool. bootstrap code W3 code. Open it. Get started. Get started code. Yes. Yes. In the left side you can see get started. Click on that. Okay. Go to get started code. The first one we can go to try it yourself. Now copy this one. The complete code. So Control A, Control C, paste. Right? Here. Now you can change the type. My web. No, first check it. So localhost I. You can see the basic structure is created. Okay. Basic structure is created. My website, my first bootstrap page, column 1, column 2, column 3. Right. Now go here. And you can change the values. Like my first bootstrap page, in this place you can write your portfolio. You want to make your portfolio. Portfolio. Here. Meet me. Okay. Now check. Portfolio meet me. Right. Now we want some nav bar here. Okay. So how we can place nav bar? Go to bootstrap code. Right. Bootstrap code. No W3 school. Go for bootstrap code directly. Go there. In the left hand side, you can search for components. Go to components. Here in the components, now search for navbar. Yes, here it is navbar. Go to navbar. And you can copy this navbar. Copy it. Okay. And just after the jumbotron, paste here. Navbar. And now execute. You can see navbar is showing a navbar, home, link, drop down, display, something. Okay. Now. So, jumbotron, I'm going to just comment right now. And here you can see what happened. Our background is so light. So we want our navbar dark. Okay. For making the navbar dark, what we can do? Go here and in place of navbar light, place dark, navbar dark, and VG light, place VG dark. Save it and refresh. Now we can see. Okay, navbar, home link, drop down, disable, something is showing. Now I would like to take this navbar from the right side to left side. Okay, what we can do? For right to left, here you can see MR auto is there. So in place of MR means right. We will place ML. ML means left hand side. Okay. Now you can see all the values are going to the left hand side here. Now you can see these are the tabs. Here drop down is also there. Search box is there. Nav bar is there. Now go. And you can change the values. Now nav bar. I want different things. Home page. Then I want about us. About us. Then I want one more link. So copy this line. Paste. Services. Suppose you want to make gallery because portfolio is there. So you can place gallery also. And one more li I want, that is contact us. So contact. Right? Now refresh. You can see all the tabs made. I want to remove this drop down. I don't want this. So I will remove this. This complete line. I will remove. Okay. Now Jumbotron I commented. I can remove the comment right now. Remove this comment. You can say fine. Now what I want one carousel. Carousel means the sliding images. Okay. So for sliding images, we can go for Bootstrap again. Go to Bootstrap. Search for carousel. This carousel is there. Yes. Go to carousel. Which carousel you want, you can copy. Okay. So the basic one I am going to copy. This one. Yeah. Copy it. And after this nav bar, first close this nav bar. I closed. After this nav bar, place it out. Paste it here. Save. Okay. And now execute. So you can see no image is there. That's why it's showing blank. Nothing is there. So we have to place some images. So already I have downloaded some images. And from there, I will paste the image. Go to HT docs and then work test. Our folder is work test. No, not work test. My web. My web. This. In the image folder, paste all the images. Yes. If you want to see, you can see here in the image folder all the images. Okay. Clear? Fine. Now, what we want to place those images here. So images name, suppose WS1, S2, S3, S4. So in carousel, you can see the first item. This is the first carousel item. So we have to give the SRC, means the path of the image. So double inverted comma, write images slash ws1.jpg. These are the image name you can see here. Okay. Like that, for each of the source, we have to provide some images. Here, WS2, towards 3. Now, yes, you can see sliding images is there. Yes. But we can see this image is very large. The height is very large. So we can provide some CSS here. Okay. So go to the code. In the code, you can see carousel inner. For carousel inner, we want to place one CSS. Okay. Go there, my web. In CSS folder, within CSS folder, create one file, style.css. Okay. Understood? Now go to here, index, and this class. Copy this class. So dot this class space. Where you want to give image tag is there. So img. And this. Go there. Okay. And here you can give some height and width. So I have already created. So I'm going there. I'm just going to copy. So workshop CSS. This CSS I have opened, and this I'm going to copy it and paste it. Okay. So you can see dot carousel inner img, width is 100%, height I want 70%. Okay, for height we have to give ph, vertical height. Ph is for vertical height, so 70% height. Okay, so for now only this one will work. Okay, now go, and we have to put this style sheet to that page. So go to index and copy this link. Paste here, style sheet, and our style sheet location is what we made, that is css/style.css, right? Now save it. And now you can see height is reduced. Clear? Visible or not? Okay. Now, suppose you want about us page here, means about us portion here. So with that about us, you want to give in the left side some image and in the right side some text you want to give. Right? So for that, we should use some column or row methods, row column, okay, or grid system. So you can go there, and here you can see some grid system is there. Okay, grid is already created. This one is grid. Already it is there. Okay, already it is there. So we want at the left side we want some image, and the right side we want text. Here, so for that I have already something. So I am going to create the section class my5. This one we can remove from here and go to about page and paste. So one section is there, and SM means small device. Okay, LG means large device. MD means medium device. Fine. If you want to make it responsive, you have to give 3 of the things. So MD for medium device. For large speed, it is LG. Where you can copy from here. Paste. If you want to make only 2 columns, so we can comment 1 column here. Only 2 column we want. So 12 is the complete width. So we can take 666. Fine. Now we can check. About this page. So go to index. Here at PHP include about dot PHP. Now, see. Now you can see it is divided into 2 columns. Okay, first column and second column. If you want to give in the first column some image, you can give. If you want to give some text in the right side, you can give. So it is there already. I'm going to show you. So in the about page, copying it, and here I'm pasting. So in this section, you can see we can give a header that is about us. Container fluid. Why container fluid? Because we want the whole width of that page. So container fluid is used to take the whole width of the page. If you are placing only container, that will be fixed width. Okay. So container fluid is used for responsiveness. Suppose you are using mobile phone, then it will take the whole width of your mobile phone screen. If you are using tab, then it will take the whole width of your tab. See, fine. So go here, and now you can see the left hand side. I placed one image about.jpg. So suppose image this, and here the right hand side, I place some text. No, execute. Okay. Is it visible? Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now next, suppose we want gallery. No? So next tab is about us is done. Services. If you provide some services, so we can make that 3 columns, and within 3 columns we can use cards. So here you can see card in Bootstrap code. Go to card. This one. We want this one. Like some image and some text. So copy it. Make one services page. So service dot php. Paste it here. Okay. Some image we want. So go to images, and we can take any of the image what we want. Services consult server dot images dash consult. Okay. Now this will be only one card. Okay. We have to include this page, service.php. So go to index, and after this line, include service.php. Okay, save it. Now save. Here you can see one card is created. Here, one services is created. If you want to make other services, you can just place all other cards here. Go to service and you can take row and columns and you can make 4 cards or 5 cards what you want. So I have that already. I'm going there and go to service. So I'm copying this code and pasting it here. Okay. Same thing I have used, only I have placed these columns so that I can make 3 columns or 4 columns, whatever we want. So I made 3 columns because 12 is size. So 4, 4 and 4. Okay. And 3 images. I placed 3 images. Now you can see. Refresh our services. So card image is not coming. Why? Because here the path is different. Our folder name is images, not image. So images. Go and write images. Now save it, refresh it. Now you can see 3 services. Fine? Is it clear? Understood? In the same manner, you can make your gallery also. Okay. So in gallery, you want more pictures, so you have to take more grids, more cards. So how you can make it more cards? Suppose its size is 4. If you are taking 2, 2, 2, then 6 cards can be placed here at a time. Okay. Or if you want more cards, means more than 6. Suppose you are going to give 7. So what you have to do? You have to loop over this cards. Okay. This thing will be placed inside the PHP code and you can loop over and you can make your gallery. Now, last and most important topic is contact us form. Because without contact us form, we cannot be sure that which customer wants to contact with us. Okay. So contact us form. For contact us form, make one other file, contact.php. Contact.php. Okay. Now go. And here some contact us form is there. Examples, or we can check from W3. Contact us. Contact form. Simple contact form we will take here. Suppose yeah, this one we can take. It is simple and easy to understand also. So copy this. Paste it. Right? And now what we want, which informations we want. Suppose email address we want name, and we want password. So what we have to do? We have to make the copy of these things. Like this. Okay, and we can change the name like name, email address, password, comments. Fine. So I have already created all these things. We don't want to waste our time, so we can easily use that one. So I'm copying this and pasting it here. So now you can see in the contact us form, I made one other section. Okay, by 5, and here I wrote header as a contact us. Then I took one container fluid, so it will take the whole screen of the device. W50 means 50% width. Okay, M auto means automatically margin will be set. M auto means automatically margin will be set. Okay, form action, we want that after completion of that contact us, we will reach to index.php. So I have given index.php. Method is post. We are going to use post method. Username, for username, we have given name as user. For email ID, we have given name as email. And for mobile number, we have given name as mobile. And for comments, we have given name as comment. Clear? And for submit button, we have given name as submit. And one message, for showing some message, we have taken some deviation. Fine. Now, what we have to do, it is same as registration page. Am I right? Hello? Students?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are audible. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I want reply from students.
Yes, ma'am.
This is same as registration form, you can see. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
registration form, now you tell me what we have to do next. Submit button is there. What we have to do next? This is the last step. No clue? We
Yes, ma'am.
want to take the inputs, na? So for taking the inputs, is set function is there. Remember that or not? Is set. Is set dollar post button. Remember? We have to write PHP code here, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we want to write PHP code right now. So go to top. Okay. So we want config.php page. Yes, we want that. So write one config file here. Config.php. In config.php, we can copy that same thing. My test. Or some other things. Copy it. And here in this config, I'm pasting. The same thing. We have to take server, then username, then password, then database name. Here, then database name, then connection. Connection string, MySQL connect, server, username, password, data. Clear? Understood? So
Yes,
our
ma'am.
database name is mytest. Clear? So this database will be connected by using this code that include config.php. Okay. In the same manner, we will take one variable message. Then again, we will take isSet function $post submit. What does it mean? This line? If the submit button is clicked. Okay. This button meaning is if the submit button is clicked. Okay. If it is clicked, we want to fetch the data: username, email, mobile, comment. Okay. So username is coming from $post user. Email is coming from $post email. Mobile number is coming from $post mobile. Comment is coming from $post comments. Okay. If any of the field is empty, then we can show the message that field should not be empty. Right? Else, we have to insert the data into the database. So insert into contact. Contact is what? Contact is the table name. Okay. Here I am using contact table name. There we have 4 fields, 4 columns: username, email, mobile, comments. If you want to see it, I can show you. Go to here, my test. Okay, in my test, we are having contact table. In the contact table, we have ID, that is the row ID, username, email, mobile, and comment. Right? Now, where is the code? Yes. So by executing this SQL statement, the values will be stored into SQL. How we can execute? By using mysqli underscore query con comma SQL. Then this query will be executed. If some data is there, then we will respond you shortly. If some data is not entered or inserted, then we will show insertion failed error. Fine? Clear? Now, go and refresh. Okay. So why now you tell me why contact us page is not coming here? Down. Anybody? Why it is not coming? I'm showing you. Because we did not include that page after this service.php. That's why it's not coming. So we have to write include at the place of service.php. We will write contact.php. Okay. Now there we go. Now go down. You can see contact us. Okay. Here we can write contact. Student, suppose student, student at the rate email.com, some mobile number, and then comment. Comment. Okay. Now submit. You can see here. We will respond you shortly. Means it is saved. If you want to check it, go to database, refresh this contact, and now you can see it is inserted. Student at gmail.com 777 awesome students. Fine. So now our website is created, but something is missing. What is missing here? Anybody can tell what is missing here? Header is there, navbar is there, carousel is there, about us content is there, our services is there, contact us is there. What is missing? Anybody?
Logo.
Title or logo.
Title or logo is missing. So you can give any title or logo here, as well as you can go here. But one more thing is missing. See the last. Footer is not there. Can you see? Footer is there or not? No footer. Footer means some copyright should be there. Each and every website should have some copyright. Okay. So how we can show those copyright? By using footer section. Okay. So you can go here. Now find footer code. Footer tag. Go. Any kind of footer you can place. Suppose a simple footer. If I am going to place this simple footer, then what will be the output? Go here, index, last index, just paste here, footer. For author, some author name will be here. First copy of copy. FRIND. Who wants to note my email ID? They can note it. I'm writing it. They can contact me. Contact with me. Okay. For any clarification, any doubt, you can just write a mail. I will reply you. So go here. Now refresh. So here you can see footer is there, but it is not looking nice because no CSS is used, no style is used. So we want some stylish footer, right? So what I will do, I've used it somewhere. So from there, I'll take a stylish footer. Not very stylish, but yes, it will be nice. So go here, paste. What I took here, I took some P3 BG dark, so that dark will be there, background, text will be in white, and text will be centered also. Okay. So now I'm going to remove this. Save it. Refresh. Now, can you see? Hello, is it visible? Now you can see the footer is also completed. So, but something is remaining there. We are not connected these tabs to the places. So what we have to do, go there, the index page, tabs, where is tabs, navbar, go to the tab. For home, we can give index.php. For about us, we can give about.php. For services, service.php, because we have already these files. So service.php. Gallery we did not create it. If you want, you can create it. Then contact.php. And refresh it. No, about us. You can, right? Now you want to go to services. Now you want to go to contact us. Your basic website is completed. Done. So these all steps are written here. What I did very fastly. We can just revise it once. First, we have to go. What we have to do? Click on the start, then click on Apache server and MySQL server both. Okay. Then new folder we have to create in htdocs within the XAMPP folder. Okay. Next step is create two pages, index.php, about.php. This is not needed right now. Now create one folder for CSS, another folder for images. Next is go to Bootstrap 4 in W3 School, copy the get started code and paste into index.php. Fine. Then test the page on the browser. How we can test? By writing localhost / your folder name. Fine. Then for navbar, go to Bootstrap 4, then their documentation, components. In the components, you will find navbar, copy the code, paste it here, save it here, and you can check it on browser. Okay. Then if you want to place the navbar at the right hand side, left hand side, what you have to do? You have to change the margin right to margin left. And if you want to remove the drop down, you can remove the drop down. And if you want to make the background dark for navbar, just place navbar dark in place of navbar light. Okay. Then for carousel means sliding images. Go to Bootstrap 4, and from there you can copy the code and paste it here. Okay. In carousel code, you want some images, so download some images and place those images in the images folder, and from there you can write the path. Right. Then make one CSS file, style.css, and there you can give the styles for your images or styles for your crowds. Okay, and then you can, if you want to set some font family there, then you can set it. You can see, go to style page. Here I have given some font family. So for website, Josephine Sans is the best. Okay, best font family for websites, or sans serif. So I have given this. And next is create about a section with the section class my4. My5 means what? Section class my means margin top and down. Okay, margin top and bottom. 5 means with the 5 pixels. So margin will be set for bottom and top. Then we need to create a grid system for div, row and column. So we can place about a section in the left hand side some image, and in the right hand side some text. For gallery, we can create the same thing. For the contact us form, we want some form, okay, and some required fields. For that, we have to go to PHP My Admin and we have to make one table relevant to that form, and then we can make some fields or some columns there. Then we have to write database connectivity code, then insert data SQL command, and with that command, by using iset functions, we can fetch the data from the form and we can save into the database. Fine. Jumbotron means this one. This top, you can see here in the top, this background is showing. It is called as Jumbotron. Right? So we can place Jumbotron also. And if you want to make a search page, then you can also make search page. Means for searching page, you have to make a big database. In that database, you have to give all the tags or all the values which user can search. Okay, and from that database, we can find out that word is present in the database or not. If it is present, it will give you the message, okay, this data is there, this word is there, its meaning is that. Okay, if it is not present, it will show you that no such form. Okay, now your website is ready, and that's this. Thank you. Do you have any question?
As me.
Yeah, then.
While I writing the code in CSS flex blocks, class attribute, -flex
This one?
flex column. Not this one. In class attribute.
Hello.
While writing the book, am I audible?
Not very clear.
Am I audible?
Yeah, tell.
While I'm working with this bootstrap and working with the CSS grids, flex boxes, d-flex, flex row, justify content. I'm getting confused. What are the flex box containers and what are flex box items? While arranging the boxes in a row or columns. And how to avoid the confusion and how to even know.
Row and column, for row and column, always remember that whole page, okay? That whole page width will be 12. Clear? Suppose this 12 is there. So you can make how many rows, how many columns here easily. Suppose you want to make 2 columns. So 2 columns will be, means the first column should be a 6 size and the second column will be a 6. 6 plus 6, 12. Clear? Suppose you want to make 3 columns. Okay. So 3 columns means if you want that whole page, it should be there. So for 3 columns, 4, 4, 4. Suppose you want 4 columns. So 3, 3, 3, 3 means sum will be 12. Okay. If you want to make 6 columns, then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 6 62. Understood? So this will not be confuse you. If you remember that the whole width is divided into 12, okay, 12 columns, then you can make it. If you want you want equal size columns now, so 12 columns are there. So in 12 columns you can make 6 columns of 2 size, 4 columns of 3 size, 3 columns of 4 size, and 2 columns of 6 size. No confusion. And for each row you have to provide the column. So row div should be there just before the columns. Wait, I will show you. In service, go to service. You can see one div row is there. Okay, this is the row div. Within this row div, how many columns you want to make? Suppose you can see the first column is this, second is this, 3 is this. Now you want to make another row. What you have to do? You have to make another row here, right? So control, suppose copy, and I'm pasting it here. Okay. The second row will be there. You want to see it? You can see it. Is it visible?
Yes, no.
Yeah. Any other confusion?
And the major thing is while we are writing for indentation error will be there. Now to avoid
Indentation
that.
error.
Yeah. While working with the div contents.
Div content indentation error. You can set the CSS at the start. How I can set? You can see margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box. Okay. By giving this, you can easily avoid the indentation error. Understood?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this line will be very useful for you. Any of the website. Right? Any other questions?
Mm.
Ma'am, can we develop website with using Ajax and jQuery?
Yeah. So here, suppose you want to use Ajax and jQuery. So what you have to do? You have to write one jQuery here. Okay. With that jQuery, you can easily suppose C profile is here. Huh? Suppose we want to make click on this click. This data will be changed. Okay. Only this card I want to change it. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to write the jQuery for this click. Okay. So we have to give one, suppose inspect, go to inspect. You can see button is showing the. So you have to give some name, ID is here. Okay. Because means for that ID, we have to handle the click function. So in jQuery, there is a click function. Okay. So we have to write something like, I can show you jQuery document dot find, then click here on click on which click you want to that ID. Suppose submit button ID is there. Huh? So you have to write submit. ID for ID, we use hash. So hash submit. There and here we have to write function, parenthesis, then curly bracket start, then curly bracket close. Here we have to write the Ajax code. For the Ajax, suppose you are facing Ajax, so parenthesis, then curly bracket. Right? Here you have to make a data and you have to make a success. Understood? And then again parenthesis, then curly bracket. So in this manner, you can easily change the part of the web page.
Okay, ma'am.
Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other question?
Ma'am, instead of Ajax, jQuery, we have an on-click function. We can create a unique ID for the section, whole div section with the unique ID. And
Java is good. I told you, na, like if you don't want to use jQuery, you can use JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript jQuery is the framework for JavaScript. If you are comfortable in JavaScript, you can use JavaScript. If you are comfortable in jQuery, you can use jQuery. No problem. Every
Ma'am,
functionality will be same, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
tell.
ma'am, or else we can do with Python Flask too.
Yeah, Python Flash to Python is the different technology. Okay,
Yeah, it's
so
very easy when compared
yeah,
to this.
it's very Python is very easy because in Python we have to write very less code. Why? Because there are 1,37,000 libraries are available in Python.
Yeah.
Understood? Yeah.
Okay.
So this depends on which technology you like. Okay. If you like Python, you can develop your website in Python. If you like PHP, you can develop your website in PHP. If you like .NET, you can develop your website in .NET. But concepts will be same everywhere. Here,
Okay.
concepts will not be changed. Here,
Thanks, ma'am.
yeah. Any other query?
And if you use a login OTP, suppose if you are logging in with a login ID and use password, and another extra option, the customer want to get OTP from the
Yeah.
server.
That is
Do
called
we
two-level. That is called two-level verification. Okay.
do React.js
React.
want to do?
If you want to use React.js, you can use it. Otherwise, without React.js, also you can use OTP functionality. Okay, OTP functionality is there. Without React.js, you can use. What you have to do there? You have to take one text box will be there, text area will be there, text box will be there. Okay, and mobile number or email ID. You can easily connect your contact us form with your email ID. Okay, in that email ID you connected. So when you click on that register button or something, suppose some button is there, you are clicking on that. After clicking, it will send the response, send the information to your email ID. Okay. In that email ID, you will get that some OTP. You can generate some random OTP. There is random function available in PHP. Okay. So with that random function, you can generate random OTP, and that OTP you can send it to email ID. With that email ID, when the user will get the email ID, that OTP they will get, and that OTP they can mention there. And this OTP also it is stored in the database. Two things: you can store in the database or you can store in temporary variable. Fine. For that session, okay. So for that session, you have that data. You can match with that data with that OTP data, with that email ID. Okay. If two data will be matched, two level verification will be done, and you will be logged. Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
How many, ma'am? How many requests to our static or response website handles? How many requests request handles?
How many requests?
Yeah.
As many as you want.
And what if attacker?
As many as you want, you can request the database. But yes, if
What if
jQuery and JavaScript is more there, then your website will be slow. Okay. So it's not a good idea to place more and more Ajax query. If you are placing Ajax more and more, your website will be getting slow. Yeah. Next.
ma'am, what if attacker? What if attacker attacks your website with the bot scripts?
That is not my field. That is cyber security part.
Ma'am,
Okay.
please explain it because I too have same question.
Hmm.
What is the if we got any security hurdles, so how can we overcome?
You can overcome by using some
Cloud-first services.
yeah. You can check some services there. Some services are available. Okay, cron services there. With
By
the
the
cron
time of
service,
the
with the cron service, you can get to know that in which time the website is used and from which IP address it is using. Okay, so
Okay.
that information you can get. Yeah.
Okay. By the
Anything
time
else?
of website developing only, we can
Hmm.
implement any security processes in it.
You can develop.
Okay.
You have to use some algorithms. Security algorithms are there. Okay, in cyber
Okay.
security, some algorithms are there. You have to use those algorithms for providing
Okay.
some securities. Or inbuilt frameworks are there for security purposes. So those frameworks also can be used. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
And do you need any servers for response to dynamic websites?
Without server, how you will execute your web page? Tell me. Nah.
And you have own domain and create.
If you want to make it dynamic and if you want to make the data from the database without server, it is not possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
servers are mandatory for dynamic websites.
Yeah. Always server is always mandatory. Without server, how the client will send the request? How anybody will access your web page? Tell me. If server is not there, okay, you are the client. You are in your local system. So how your friend will access your web page? Okay, so some server is there, some main database is there. From there, they can access your web page. Okay. Anything else?
Nothing, ma'am.
If you have a own domain and create a website and like we post like WordPress,
Yeah,
do
you can.
WordPress provide servers?
In WordPress, yes. In WordPress, if you are giving some functionality of with PHP code or some other programming languages code, then server will be needed. Okay. WordPress is also a server. Fine. WordPress is giving its own server. But if some other functionality you want, some more functionality you want, then server will be needed. Another server will be needed. So what we have to do? We have to integrate our server with the WordPress. Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Papia Mukherjee, ma'am. It's a wonderful evening with so many questions from my students. If I leave them, that's all. I think this evening is not enough to answer their questions. I think so. Uh, I take it's a privilege to thank our management, that is Chalapathi Institute of Engineering and Technology principal, Dr. Chandrasekhar Garu, a dynamic personality who can balance all the situations with a kind smile, and our vice principal, Mr. Kiran sir, a multi-talented personality who handles all the situations with a power and confidence, and our information technology HOD sir, Mr. Bhargav sir, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to listen to you. Such a good evening we have with you, madam, and which is helpful for our both students and faculty also. I think some faculty are there in the group. I can see here. I congratulate all the students who are here and asking questions and getting the answers. Maybe it is not enough for you. Ma'am will post that PPT in the chat box. You can have a look over that and you can go through that one and try to develop a good website and send to madam mail ID. Ma'am, please provide your mail ID to the students so that and then I extend my gratitude to my dear madam, Mrs. Papia Mukherjee ma'am, one of my best colleague in KL University, who dedicated his dedicated faculty, given lot of information for us, and he's a resource person and research person, and so sweet at heart, who accepted my invitation. Ma'am, very thank you, ma'am. Out of your hard work and busy schedule and ill health, you accepted our invitation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, students. And we wind up this guest lecture with this. I hope you want or see, ma'am has given her mail ID. Please post your wonderful feedbacks and wonderful queries to ma'am. Madam will definitely answer to you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I will provide you the folder of the workshop and
Please, ma'am.
every code you can
Yes,
share
ma'am.
it with your.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, students. Bye. Have a
Bye,
good
ma'am.
evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Good
Yeah,
evening.
yeah, yeah.